So a couple of weeks ago on my carnitas burrito video, someone posted a comment suggesting that I take cheap supermarket cuts that are available here in the UK and available pretty much anywhere, but specifically here in the UK, and turn them into great barbecue. So taking inspiration from that comment, I'm going to show you one of the cheapest, easiest, quickest, most delicious cooks that you can do using a typically really cheap cut of meat, and I promise you it is going to be delicious. Today we're going to be using chicken thighs. So these are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. This entire pack is 2 kilograms and it cost me £4.50. £4.50 for 2 kilograms worth of chicken thighs, which themselves are perfect for barbecue because they're really forgiving. I think is a pretty good deal. You can feed a lot of people with this. So I'm going to show you how I like to do them, turn them into a delicious chicken sandwich, one that I could eat every week without fail. Super simple, super quick, super cheap. Let's do it. We are going to get a bit of a salt brine action going on these guys, and bone-in, skin-on is my favorite way to buy chicken thighs because they generally come cheaper, and I do like eating chicken off the bone. So we're getting on some kosher salt. You could just use table salt or any salt that you've got in your kitchen. I tend to have a lot of kosher salt on hand, so that's what I'm using. I wish I did this last night. I didn't. And as usual, keeping it really simple, I'm going to go on with some black pepper. Flip these over, and obviously you could put your favorite rub on this. I'm just going simple because with the leftovers I'll generally do slightly different things with it, so I kind of want a very basic flavor profile to start off with, then I can kind of work with it from there. I'm not going too heavy with the black pepper today, mostly because my daughter and my wife are going to be eating these today, so I don't want it to be too pepper heavy. So we'll just leave those to hang out for a little bit, and then for these I'm going to do something slightly different, and the whole point of this video really is what I'm going to do with these ones. We're going to remove the bone, so skin on, bone in. Just going to run my knife down the side of the bone, keeping as close to it as possible, get my finger under that bone, and then I can just use my knife to just whip out the bone, trying to leave on as much meat as possible to the actual thigh, and then we've got a boneless chicken thigh. So if they are significantly more expensive where you are for boneless, and just buy bone in and cut them out. It's really easy. And then we've got some boneless chicken thighs with a little bit of salt and pepper on them already. And the recipe that I'm going to show you with these, you could do to all of this and make a load of chicken sandwiches. I'm just going to do it to these 4 today. And for these ones, I'm going to go in with the Goldie's all-purpose rub. I'll drop a link below as to where you can buy it now in the UK. And I'm definitely intentionally leaving all this fatty skin meat on. So I've got my boneless thighs on the right and my salt and pepper bone-in thighs on the left. These are just going to hang out whilst we get the pit fired up. So we're going to go on the chud pit today. I would usually cook these on the Weber or the PK, but I'm going to use the whole 2 kilograms of thighs, and I needed the great space. Things might get a little too close to the thighs on my Weber. You could definitely use any barbecue for this. Let that chimney get fired up. Right, so this chimney is just about done. Dump in that coal, charcoal, and I can't stress enough just how easy it would be to do this on a Weber or a PK or anything with some nice close direct heat. Bone side down for now, and these salt and pepper chicken thighs are going to be a great base for getting a mop involved or anything you want really. But today we're going to make use of these boneless thighs. We'll get this shut down, about 1/4 closed, go about 1 notch open on the chub box, and we'll run this around 300 Fahrenheit or 150 Celsius for an hour or so. We'll come back, flip these thighs over and try and crisp up that skin. So while that chicken's cooking away, I'm going to pull together a sauce that's kind of reminiscent of a kind of Carolina vinegar based whole hog sauce. We're going to be eating this chicken in a sandwich, so I want that kind of vinegary hot sauce vibe that goes well with whole hog and really well with chicken. We're going to go in first off with some Franks, because I love Franks. Can I take the lid off? Some Franks. Perfect. Some apple cider vinegar. Some ketchup, just to thicken and sweeten things up. Some garlic powder. Some honey. Again, that should give the sauce a nice texture. A little pinch of salt and some snake bite for good luck. Give that a taste. Oh yeah. That is really good. It tastes like a Sam Jones style Carolina vinegar sauce. Good amount of sweetness from the honey and the ketchup, and texture wise that's going to be perfect to drizzle all over our chicken. Again, kind of Carolina whole hog style. Put this to the side for later. Right, so these have been on for about half an hour or so. Skins are starting to dry out, which is really good. That's going to make crisping these up a lot easier. And the underside is also looking good, not looking too crunchy or crispy, just cooking along nicely. So temps are running well. These boneless ones are also looking really good, drying up that surface. Gonna get some nice crispy skin going. Oh my God, I think that red kite was gonna go for a chicken. That was pretty scary. Oh my God. So these chicken thighs are looking really good. They're drying out really nice. So we are gonna flip these boneless thighs over. Good amount of color on them. We're gonna start to dry out and crisp up the skins of these. And that is what's gonna make our sandwich extra delicious. And I think we're gonna give these thighs a little turn as well. And at this point, you may wanna start thinking about brushing them in some barbecue sauce, in a mop sauce, if you're doing that kind of traditional Texas style direct heat barbecue. But if you can imagine, this is the point where you might want to start kind of brushing them with some sauce or something like that. I'm gonna have to eat that, I think. That nice crispy piece of skin. So let the skin side crisp up a little bit more, and we'll take it inside, make a sandwich. These chicken thighs seem to be ready, looking nice and crispy. They look so good. Really good color on there, and deliciously crispy skin, nice and rendered out. We're going to take these inside, turn these into a sandwich, and these guys can just continue on their path to being perfectly cooked, direct heat chicken thighs with crispy skin. Do whatever you want with them. A little bit of barbecue sauce. We're actually going to do like a Nando's style dinner tonight with rice and halloumi, vegetables, some corn. Probably douse these in hot sauce, that kind of thing. Gonna be delicious. So the chicken's inside, it's resting. I know I'm being lazy, but I got myself a nice bun. This is just a regular burger bun from the supermarket. You could obviously make your own or get something a little bit more special, but I really like these. These are St. Pierre burger buns, not the brioche, just the regular burger buns. They work pretty well. So I'm gonna butter this and toast it up. Bun is toasted. We've got our chicken thighs that look absolutely delicious, and skin that literally cracks when you bend it. Just go through that skin. Give it a little turn. Got our sauce that we made earlier. Gonna drizzle that all over. And we're gonna take a big pile of that chicken, kind of mix it around a little bit, make sure that everything's dressed. And at this point, the perfect thing to add would be some coleslaw. I really do love coleslaw, especially on a sandwich like this, but I find myself more often than not just reaching for the meat and the sauce. I'm pretty happy with that without any coleslaw in it. And how simple is that? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is ridiculously good. So good. Super flavorful, good charcoal flavor, the pepper, the salt, that sauce, that kind of Carolina vinegar based sauce in a soft squidgy bun. This is so good. That crispy skin is just something else. Chicken thighs just don't betray you. Oh, it's got a kick to it. Ice cold beer to wash it down. I'm telling you, as simple as that was, just chicken thigh, some all-purpose seasoning over some charcoal, that was so good. If I was to ever open up a barbecue restaurant, I would 100% have that on my menu. No coleslaw, no pickles, no nothing. That is perfect as it is. The salty, crispy, shreddy chicken thighs, the sweet, savory, sour, acidic hot sauce in a soft, squishy bun, perfection. That direct heat flavor as well, perfect as always. But of course, you can definitely achieve that on something like a Weber or a PK or anything really charcoal based. That vinegar's starting to affect the tongue a little bit. But yeah, there's how to turn some chicken thighs into some delicious barbecue meat in the form of a sandwich. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It really helps me out. And I'll see you again in a couple of weeks for another video.